Hey guys, what's going on? I got an article here that I just have to read to you about PC gaming. It's really enlightening, so if you don't like to hear me read articles, you can go ahead and just turn the video off now. But I had to read this to my hardcore viewers about PC and the PC gaming being dead. Now, why are people purchasing more console titles than PC titles? Console games have always been more profitable to produce. The reason is that console games appeal to a broader market. Children of all ages, including girls, make up a large part of the sales. However, adult interests are also high. How many people in their 20s or 30s do you know who doesn't own a game system? For me, almost everyone I know does. So your consumer base is large and very diverse, which is important for a business that can be expensive to run. Another strength of console production is that console games are cheaper to manufacture. Generally, console packages are smaller with less documentation and only one CD or cartridge. When I was a financial advisor, I compared the financial figures for several game makers and their products. Oftentimes, console versions of games outsold the exact same game on the PC 4-1. It's not hard to understand why companies would want to make more console titles. But why do more people buy console games? One answer can be found in the kind of consumers that purchase these games. Console games attract more children and casual gamers. They also generate more repeat customers. An example would be the kid who has to own every Pokemon title on the Game Boy. Generally, console games contain less thought and more action. They're also easier to learn and play. Because console games are designed for the same exact platform, they are also much more stable. Thus, the average gamer gets fewer negative experiences when they pop in a new game in their PlayStation 3. Another reason for the success is mass marketing and brand name appeal. The product gets a great amount of press and attention in the general public when seeing advertisements on TV. PC games advertisements are sometimes more rare. Today, the PC game industry has become a multi-billion-dollar business that is run by people that have to answer to thousands of stockholders. Stockholders don't care that you make the best games on the market, only that they're profitable and the company is dominant and growing. In response, companies are making more games that have larger consumer bases, like action titles, and less games that have smaller consumer bases, like war and flight simulations. Adventure games have almost totally disappeared on PC because of their extreme cost in production. For a good adventure game, you have to hire a professional writer to do a script, you have to get good acting talent for voice or video, and this is compounded on top of production costs of the normal game. And again, generally the consumer base is small, although not as small as wargaming. Some designers would like to make adventure games, but without a large, diverse audience, it doesn't pay the company to take the chance. Because game companies have become a big business, they also started to place PC games on the same level as console games. Before, console games were considered a separate line of business, just like a company that would make toasters and ovens. The same company may make them both, but it was considered different businesses. Today, console and PC games are being grouped together. Here's an example. Electronic Arts usually makes a new football game every year and produces it on consoles and PCs. The same people usually handle the production, and thus the business is grouped together in the eyes of the company. Now, if you're at the head of Electronic Arts and your brand new football game makes a 40% profit on the PlayStation 3, but only brings in 5% profit on the PC, then you have a problem. Next year, do you even bother to make another version for the PC? Why make PC versions when you only made 5% profit? You can cut your costs by eliminating the whole PC production line for that game and invest the remainder of your money into new console games. If that console game has a similar profit, then you make more money not making PC titles, even if they are profitable. It's no surprise that some companies have begun to ask if they can continue to afford to produce huge PC games that have a higher chance of failing. Game producers look at how a public or the public might like or dislike a game, and then come up with a possible failure rate. If it's too high, they may cancel the game or even remove unfinished parts of it. Now, this is why some games hit the market with an unfinished feel or an outright unplayable bug. Now, this is big business, and companies cannot afford to have a title in production for 2 years costing $1 million or more only to rake in a 5% profit. As a result of the changing face of PC gaming, we're seeing more and more consolidation in PC game makers. Where once there was 7 to 10 big software houses, today we're down to about 5. However, the biggest reason for low sales, in my opinion, is the price difference. For a serious gamer, buying a new PC means going down to the bank and taking out a loan. The last upgrade I did was from a compact to a Dell, and the system after taxes cost around $2,000. That did not include my force feedback controller or my speakers. To purchase both items, you have to shell out another $300. For a brand new PlayStation 3, generally you're going to spend around another $300. Now, just like with computers, you can purchase both items for less if they're used or older, but the price difference still holds true. For a PC, you're going to spend an average of 5 times more for your system than a person who purchases a console. Now, let's think about this for a moment. A person who takes his $2,000 and purchases a new PS3 can still afford to purchase 35 new games. The same cannot be said for PC buyers. For many people who are casual gamers, or for parents who are looking to purchase their child a gaming system, there is no way they're going to shell out $2,000 for a PC. Most of the sales for consoles are made up of casual gamers. Casual gamers might buy a couple of games a year, so they're not likely going to shell out large amounts of money to purchase a new computer every 2 years. This is why, for many people, console games are easier and more cost-effective. Why would you spend $2,000 on a PC when you can go out and get 15 games, a PS3, and a 40-inch TV? This is why PC games are getting less and less popular. Too much money to play, too much money to maintain, and too much money to get them to play maxed. OS X.